are you today? Well, good question in this video, and I'm going to wait just a minute or so for you all to arrive. I talked a little bit in previous videos about your social media profile, but the question is, and where I talked in yesterday's video of some things to avoid. So watch yesterday's video, okay? Today is the 14th of April 2020, so watch the video from April 13th, okay? How do you perceive using your social media profile to enhance your paralegal career goals? Hey there, thanks for being here, and thank you for everybody that watches this on replay as well. I appreciate you all. So we're going to talk about one social media spot that can help you, and it's a good exercise to learn how to get your profile picture up there and all that if you haven't built a profile on a social media venue called LinkedIn. So if you don't have a profile up there and you've never played around with that particular venue, then go over there and get an account. It's free, and I've never upgraded to premium or anything like that. I have a free account there, and put in step by step the necessary things. You should find a picture that you can put in. Don't go to Google to find pictures. Some of those are copyrighted. That's a mistake. Go to a place where you can get a picture, or take one of your own. Just take one of your computer keyboard and download it to your computer, or if you have the LinkedIn app, I'm sure you could do it that way too, where LinkedIn has a header. You can just put a computer keyboard picture of that in there, and then put a profile picture of yourself. Don't do the ghosting where there's no profile picture of yourself. That's not a good idea. That's really indicative of a fake account. So don't do that. Start to build the information on the LinkedIn profile as if you were taking your resume and putting it on there. But as you learn new skill sets, they need to be added to that profile so that it does what? It makes a potential employer, when they go searching for you, when they've received your cover letter and resume, they go look around and they see you on LinkedIn. In fact, if you're very happy with how your profile came out, you can always put a link in your resume to that, okay, to your LinkedIn profile, so that it will take them right there. Now, they'll still search on Google for you, so do a search for yourself on Google. I have a very generic name, Leslie Williams, but if people search for Leslie Williams, they're going to come up with a lot of different people. But if they come in and they put Leslie Williams and then the town I live in, oh, they'll hone in on me. So they will find you. So make sure that what they're finding will enhance your paralegal career goals. Will they want to hire you? Hey, Yasmani, glad you're here. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for your comments. Oh, I appreciate you. Thanks so much. That was the goal, because I heard a lot of stuff that wasn't true, and I never, as people go or try to get in the paralegal field, I never want them to feel that they can't go in if they cannot go to school. That is simply not the case. And some paralegals will tell you that no, you'll never get in, and you'll never be a bona fide paralegal if you don't go to school and you don't get certified. That is simply bogus. So you can do all those things, and I applaud you. There's nothing wrong with that side of it, but I don't like to see people put off to the side who really would like to go into the career and feel that they'll be shunned or they won't be treated correctly. I don't allow that, okay? So in my life. So yes, people who have skills, that's what you need to be a great paralegal. So when the attorney, and the attorneys know this, of course, so when they look at your social media presence, when they see you're on LinkedIn or you're on Twitter, you're on, you have a profile on Google, perhaps, an account on Google. Where else? Snapchat, Instagram, right? So many places. So what will they see? I covered a lot of the negativity yesterday, so watch that video. How will you enhance your profile? Well, you want to make sure that you're putting in your skill sets on LinkedIn, and I would focus on that social media place, that venue, okay? Focus on that one. And you can look at what other paralegals have put down. This is going to reflect you. Okay, so what does it say about you? In interviews, and my hubby and I have both interviewed paralegals. He used to manage law firms in Northern Florida and in Central Florida. One of the things that you never want to say on your profile is, you know, I don't know, it's like I've always looked forward to, I'm looking forward to being a paralegal. That's not too bad to say, but it's not necessary in the profile because you're building, it's already obvious, okay? The one thing that you always have to remember is when you're building this profile, how will what you're putting down there, your skills, will each one of those skill sets be an asset? Will that help you in your job, number one, and will it help the attorney? If it helps you in your job, it will undoubtedly help the attorney. But I don't want you to always focus inward. I want you to focus on how will you help the attorney? Do your job every day. They don't have the time to teach you. They don't run a school at the law firm or corporation, or you don't think if you took a paralegal job at NASCAR that you're going to go to an office within NASCAR and go to school. That doesn't happen, okay? So when they look at your profile, they want to see skill sets and anything else that you can put in there that will help them. Degrees don't make you a paralegal. Like, it doesn't tell the attorney that you know how to help him or her. It really doesn't. And they know that. So you have to be able to explain yourself as to what you know how to do. See, so the more you can explain, the better off you are. And that's a good exercise for you to do for yourself, okay? Oh, thanks, Yasmani. I appreciate you. So, you know, I always talk about learning those advanced skills in Microsoft Word. You have to know the basics too. Would I put that in my LinkedIn profile if I know the basics and I know advanced? Yes, because you would have that on your resume, so you're going to put the same thing in the LinkedIn profile. Anything where you can really think about, when they see this, will they be impressed? Will they be happy? Don't worry so much. You can put your, if you have degrees, yes, you can put those down there, but don't focus on that as if that helps you necessarily open the door wider. It doesn't always. It doesn't always. Because when attorneys see degrees, they think this, they think more money, and they don't want to pay more money. But should you be ashamed that you have a degree? No. But understand their mindset, okay? The thing I want you to focus on, how will you show them you know what you're doing? I call that cutting to the chase. That's what I grew up in New Jersey, and that's what we would say. If somebody was taking too long to explain something, or it doesn't make any sense, we'd say, cut to the chase already. Stop being so wordy. It's like, what do you know how to do? How are you going to help the attorney? That's what I want you to do, okay? And you take all that other stuff away so you can think clearly about that question. It's not all about you want to be fulfilled. It's how you're going to help the attorney every single day and be a rock star paralegal. Okay, and building a career for yourself. You're building something that has longevity. You're building something that is ultra flexible, so that when the craziness like we're in, and hopefully it's going to end very soon, that you will still be able to work, right? So sometimes there are things that we go through, and let me tell you just a little side story. I took a little vacation from the legal field in 1995, just a little one, to open up a restaurant. The restaurant, they're so tough to run. And I grew up in the food business. I grew up in the grocery business. But I did not grow up in the restaurant business, but I trained in Toronto, Canada, to be a chef with my husband, and we opened up a restaurant. And food was fantastic, okay? And we had people we were packed every day. But it takes a lot of money to keep that restaurant going until you make money. And it takes sometimes 6 months to a year to see any kind of profit. Some things occurred that we never expected. My husband lost his job, as did 15 or 20 other people that he worked with. Not a great company move to do that to people. And so it was like a house of cards, right? But because by that time, 5 years experience in the legal field, or 4.5, I could go right back into the legal field. So it was that where my mother would always talk about having something to fall back on. Even when we made that move, which was not a wise move, to open a restaurant, then I could fall back on that and bring money in for the family until my husband could end up getting work. We moved to Florida from Oklahoma. So I know what it feels like to lose everything but our 2 cars and our clothes, our children, who were older by that time. But the house was kaplooey. His job was kaplooey, gone. It's similar to what people are experiencing now. But when you build something in the legal field, you can have that flexibility. I discovered that quite the hard way, but it was a good thing. Oh, thanks. Yes, Manny, I'm glad that it helped, because, 3 years ago, this past January, I felt that God was saying, look, I don't care if you are shy, and I don't care if you think you're going to get snarky comments from people. You need to go do this. And so I had no idea whether it would help or not. I really didn't. I hoped it would, and I know it has, and I'm grateful, because I learn a lot from my students, and it's been a wonderful journey. It really has. The first time somebody told me they landed a job, I lost it. I totally lost it. I was in my car and I read that, and I was sobbing, because this time of life right now, I know how many people are hurting. And when I see solutions, that's what I try to offer. So when you see like 350 or so approximately videos on YouTube, and a lot of videos here too, I want to see people rise up and go into what God is calling them to, if that's the case, right? And I don't want to see anybody excluded from it because of misinformation. Because after 30 years in this career, I know what the paralegal regulations are and who can call themselves a paralegal and who cannot. And it doesn't take school to do it, but there's nothing wrong with that, or certificate. But there's nothing wrong with zero schooling. It's just you have to have office experience. And so I always say that has to be strong, because you'll get in a private law firm especially, and even in government agencies or any of the other places that I talk about in that list that I have called 19 Alternative Paralegals list. There are corporations that hire paralegals, of course, insurance corporations, and everything. All those skills have to be so strong in order to work in all of those arenas, those areas. So it does nothing but help you when you can type relatively fast. It doesn't have to be 80 words a minute. I have friends who type much faster than me who are paralegals. It doesn't matter. I don't need to type 100 words a minute. I just need to get the work done and do it correctly and accurately, and be able to proofread my work and not be a slacker in those departments. Does it mean that everybody has to type 60 words a minute? No, it does not. But it's better if you strive for something like that, So thank you for your sweet comments, Yasmani. Yeah, you guys are important to me too, and let me tell you that when I get your feedback and when I get your questions, it's very helpful. When people ask questions, it's so helpful for other people. And it's sometimes on a page like this or in groups, people feel shy, or they feel that their question won't be accepted correctly, but they always are here. And there really is no stupid question. It's really stupid in the law firm and not too cool if we don't ask questions, because that's what can get us into trouble. And any attorney will tell you that. So I love when people ask questions, and the more questions you ask, the better paralegal you will be. Even when you're in your first days on the job and you feel insecure and all that, been there many times, that you still have to ask questions to protect the law firm or protect the employer, so that you don't mess up in a big way, but that you always make sure you're on the right track, right? I'm reading your comment, Yasmani. Oh, thanks. Yeah, Yasmani says, other paralegal videos do it by views, but your videos bring content, reality, information. Your videos is ready to land without a problem. Thank you, Yasmani. I really appreciate it. That was the goal. Because when I did research on Google and I saw some of the stuff that was out there, while I have 2 courses that I offer, and I talk about them because I feel that people need the practical side of being a paralegal, and they don't get it elsewhere. Not in most courses, they don't. And I know that. And my students have come on and told me, as well. I get that feedback. But I want people to come to the video to get those points that I'm trying to make, to teach something that helps them. So when people go to my videos, they want content that tells them something, right? And the point of this video today is when an attorney goes looking for you all on social media, he or she wants to, or the office manager of the law firm or whoever's the hiring person, wants to find the information that's going to tell them something about you and those strong points that are going to help the law firm. So when you know Microsoft Word, and you know maybe, entry-level Excel, or if you want to learn advanced Excel, be my guest. Or beginning PowerPoint, it wouldn't hurt to learn that. It's not mandatory, but it does not hurt. Then what they see is somebody who's very capable. So, if there's an area, I can't remember, but if there's an area on LinkedIn where you can put down, I don't know, if you attended my course, you need to put it on there. Okay, and when you are done with my course, if you want a certificate, you can have that for the class. So all you need to do is ask, and I will prepare one that's tailored to you for that class with your name on it. So that you can put on the LinkedIn as well, or any other, like if you attended a webinar somewhere. One of the places that I would say go check it out is a place where I've actually taught, and it's called National Business Institute Seminars. It's called NBI SEMS, and there's a paralegal division, and you can check that out. They used to primarily, you'd have those seminars where you would have to go in person, but a lot of it's, of course, online. Now they're webinars. So you can check that place out. And if you attend any of those, put those on your LinkedIn profile. Okay? So, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. When I do a couple videos and I'm talking to you about your social media presence, it's important. It's important that you have one that's a professional presence, and that would be LinkedIn. Facebook is not really a professional presence. It's more of a, on your personal profile. It's more of a family, friends type of thing. But I want you to make sure that not everybody can see your photos. Be careful with that. There are creeps out there, but be careful about the presence that you put out there. Watch yesterday's video and listen to what I say there. Okay? The LinkedIn is like a public relations tool for you. Okay? Remember that. Okay. So if you have 3 or 4 areas of law, and that's what I recommend you look into, not just one area of law that you're interested in, you need to become quite the expert. And you don't just leave it to the side and you'll become that once you're in the law firm. That doesn't cut it. Okay? So when you learn things, that when it's appropriate to put it on LinkedIn, just like a resume, think of it that way, that LinkedIn is like a resume, that whatever categories they have there, think about how you can use that. Okay? Be careful about the people you let into your circle. Be careful about people who tell you there's only one way to get into the legal field. Okay? Be very careful about that. The last thing you want to be, and if you're in school right now or you're getting a certificate, the last person you want to become is a paralegal diva or divo, and that there's only one way to get in. Don't become that person, okay? Manage all of your photos as if thousands of people were going to go look at them. Think hard about what you're putting out there about yourself on social media. I don't care where it is. Be very careful. And the last thing is, think of your presence on social media almost like a credit report. This is what how attorneys think. When they are in court and they've got a witness on the stand, and you've seen enough Law and Order where you've watched this happen, and they are grilling that witness, and what they're trying to do is show that this witness is a liar, or the way they're trying to present themselves is not who they really are. They're really quite the terrible person, but they look good on the outside. The attorney's always trying to pick apart the credibility, the integrity of that person. So when you put yourself out there on social media, will the attorney think that you have credibility, that you have that attitude, that you have that capability of being a professional? Do you? What kind of idea will they get from what they see? Really, really think about that, okay? So the question posed at the top when I came on today was, in what ways do you want your social media presence to enhance, aka means help, liven up your paralegal career goals? How do you want your presence on social media to help you in that case? Okay, so list at least 2 or 3 goals. You don't have to do that here. This is for you. Okay, what do you want the attorney to come away with? They just found your LinkedIn site. What do you want them to think about when they look at it? Okay, so I am going to end it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If I didn't see your comment, then I will see it afterwards and I'll comment on it, okay? And Facebook doesn't show me everything while I'm doing a live video, unfortunately. Wish they did, but they don't. So have a great Tuesday night. Any questions, you can ask them here, or post them in a separate post on the page. Feel free to do that, okay? Or you can post over on YouTube at Paralegal Career Mastermind. That's my channel. And go check out that channel and look at a lot of the videos there, okay? And this video will end up over there because some people are not on Facebook. So that's why I post in both places. But there are a lot of videos over there that will help you in your journey with this career, as well as here. You can just click on videos on the left side of this page. I think that's where it is now. They kind of revamped the page, and look at all the videos of the past and take notes while you're watching. If you need to change up your social media and how it looks to a potential employer, do it. Do it right away and work on that. It's a work in progress. So don't think it all has to be done overnight, but start it today. Get a LinkedIn account and start building your professional social media presence, okay? Now don't forget to check out the 19 alternative paralegal careers list. If you have not received that or gotten it, go to my website. It's paralegalcoffeetalk.com and look at the top. You'll see 19 alternative paralegal careers list. You need to get that. And you'll also see free chapter of my book, Legal Break-In. I recommend getting the whole book, but that's a good starting place, the free chapter. And that, by clicking on the link that's on either one of those areas, will take you to the free Paralegal subscriber hub. Make sure you click the sign up button once you get there, and sign up so you get to see a special video, 2 videos now that I have there. Okay. All right. So have a great day. Thanks for being here. And I will answer any other comments after I'm off. Have a great night. Bye.